me, and now it's time for a very special children's GBC edition. Now, for when George Brind, however, will be presenting some programmes, and in fact, No-Hare's old favourites. So, because George Brind, however, are going to be paying tribute to our fallen associate, No-Hare Bear, who is sadly going to be thrown away later on. So here's Children's GBC with George Brind.
Hello everybody and welcome once again to Children's GBC. My name is George Brind and I will be your presenter for this special edition. What makes this edition so special is that it's a tribute to No-Hare Bear, who, from what I've been told, very soon will no longer be appearing in live action form. And so hopefully the programmes that I will be presenting for you today is going to be a fitting tribute to him. And I do have a few words to say to No-Hare Bear, but I will save that until the end. In the meantime, I hope you enjoy the programmes that are coming up just now. And to start things off in this special tribute edition, we have Sodor Railway Tales. And today's episode, which is taken from the 26th book of the Railway series, Tramway Engines, is called Mavis. I hope you enjoyed this one. Mavis. Mavis is a diesel engine belonging to the Farquhar Quarry Company. Mavis will eventually learn her lesson. And so our next programme now is The Herbs, and in today's episode we are introduced to Miss Jessup, who's a very tidy person. As in someone who likes things to be excessively tidy, and you'll see what I mean when you see this episode. This is The Herbs.
Hello. Things look very untidy this morning. Just look at those weeds. There's hardly room for parsley. I wonder why. Perhaps Bayleaf has been too busy doing other things.
And now our next programme is Fireman Sam, and in today's episode, Trevor Evans might have a bit of bother. As they say, what goes up must come down. Well, things managed to get sorted with Trevor Evans in the end. And our next programme now is Teddy Trucks, and today's episode is called Jerry's First Dance.
Teddy Trucks, Teddy Trucks, Teddy Trucks will take you anywhere. Teddy Trucks, Teddy Trucks, if you wanna get it there, Mama Bear. If you wanna get it there, call a bear. If you wanna get it there, call a bear. Pack it up and ship it if you wanna get it there, call a bear. If you wanna get it there, call a bear.
By sheer coincidence, our next programme is also about bears. This is Bear Behaving Badly with Naughty Nev, and today's episode is called Back in the Day. And I'm sorry, Aunt Shooty Cactus, I know you don't like Bear Behaving Badly, but most of our viewers do. So, yeah, well, here it is.
Okay, you ready, Nev?
Never mind.
Well, you know what? It's late. You can tell me tomorrow. It's time for beddy buys, I think. Night, babe.
Night, Barney. Love you.
I love you too.
Well, that was Bear Behaving Badly, and our next programme is Funny Bones, featuring our favourite Big Skeleton, Little Skeleton, and Dog Skeleton. And today's episode is called Shake, Rattle, and Roll. But what exactly is going on in said episode? Well, you'll see for yourself. This is Funny Bones.
This is how the story begins. In a dark, dark town, there was a dark, dark street. In the dark, dark street, there was a dark, dark house. In the dark, dark house, there were dark, dark stairs. Down the dark, dark stairs, there was a dark, dark cellar. And in the dark, dark cellar, some skeletons lived. There was a big skeleton, a little skeleton, and a dog skeleton. Woof!
Well, that was Funny Bones, and our next programme now is TUGS, and today's episode, which incidentally will be the last episode of TUGS will be airing on Children's GBC, is called Up River.
The tugboat, for its size, is the most powerful craft afloat. And the Star Tugs are the power behind the docks and waterways that make up the big city port. This is TUGS. It had been a hard winter and saved Uptown from certain disaster.
That was the last episode in this series of TUGS, so we got no more episodes then. But anyways, coming up next, I'm sure that we've got a good program coming up next, and it'll be Tommy Zoom, the youngest Superman. Well, and that's next.
And that was TUGS, and today's episode was called Up River. And as I said before, this will be the last episode of TUGS that will air on Children's GBC. TUGS did have potential as a series, though considering its production history, it was rather unfortunately short-lived. Anyway, our next programme now is Tommy Zoom, and today's episode is called Finders Keepers.
Oh, hello. Daniel here. And this is where I live, 17 Verdant Avenue. Come and meet the family. There's baby Sam, the teething terror, and Mom, who's always on the go. Oh, and Dad, who's generally, on the floor. Then there's Tommy, best friend, constant companion, and...
And that was Tommy Zoom, and our next programme might have a bit of an up-in-the-air vibe as well. This is an episode of Bodger and Badger, the animated specials, a series I made myself, and today's episode is called Up, Up and Away, and if you thought that what happened in the Fireman Sam episode What Goes Up with Trevor Evans was a bit of a scrape, Bodger might get involved in something similar. But anyway, here is the Bodger and Badger animated specials. Enjoy this one.
Everybody knows Badger loves mashed potatoes. To shapes and eats them every day. Bodger and Badger, Bodger and Badger. La 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 la. Bodger and Badger.
Right. Eh? These sandbags are rather heavy. Now, where do I put them? In the balloon. Of course I met Badger!
Everywhere he goes, Bodger always knows. Badger, his Badger mates, is never far away. Bodger and Badger, Bodger and Badger. La 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 la. Bodger and Badger are never far away.
And our final programme for this special edition of Children's GBC is Chuckle Vision, featuring those two catastrophe-prone brothers from Rotherham, Paul and Barry Chuckle. And in today's episode, Rockabye Baby, they have to undertake the job of being babysitters. The only thing is, are they good enough to be babysitters? Especially when the child that they have to babysit in question may be a rather troublesome one. Well, you'll see for yourself. It's time for the Chuckle Brothers, it's time for Chuckle Vision. To me, to you, to me, to you, to me, to you, to me, to you.
Now, Tommy, you make sure you go straight off to sleep now. I don't want to hear you've been any trouble to the babysitters.
And that brings us to the end of our programmes here for today on Children's GBC. We hope you enjoyed them and be sure to look out for more coming your way very soon. And I hope you, No-Hare Bear, enjoyed those programmes too, considering that this edition was meant to be a special tribute one for you. And just before I go, I'd like to say these few words. I'm very sorry to hear that you will not be appearing in live action form anymore. I know that you meant a lot to George Buxton, as well as those who enjoyed the videos he made with you in it. And I was honoured to meet you myself several times when I made guest appearances in some of those said videos. We are really going to miss you appearing in live action form, but we wish you good luck making future video appearances in cartoon form. And from me, George Brind, I'd simply like to say thank you and farewell. And it's time to say goodbye to all of you, but I hope to see you again very soon, whenever that may be. Goodbye, and once again, No-Hare Bear, farewell.
So there you go. That was Children's GBC in a very sad way, because No-Hare Bear is no longer with us anymore. So yeah, it's very sad for all of us. So yeah, rest in peace to No-Hare Bear, who is now sadly being thrown in a bin. Well, at least he won't have to deal with me anymore. So, anyway, now, because that No-Hare Bear is gone now, and as a very special tribute to No-Hare Bear, well, here's the pilot episode of George and No-Hare Bear for where it all began back then. So, here it is.
And here's No-Hare Bear prancing around all day. And Troy's happy birthday to you. Oh. No hair. Bye-bye.
Everybody knows Badger loves mashed potatoes. Shapes and eats them every day. Bodger and Badger, Bodger and Badger. La 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 la. Bodger and Badger, Bodger and Badger. Bodger and Badger, Bodger and Badger. Bodger and Badger.
Hello again, mushy mates. Now, I am pleased just potatoes to welcome you to Roper Road. And that means it's George Buxton's own bedroom here at Roper Road. See you later, George. See you later, No-Hare Bear.
Of course, don't forget that we are still paying tribute to No-Hare Bear. So, because from tonight, we're going to be having our No-Hare Bear Tribute Night. We will continue on with more programs to revisit. And coming up next, though, here we go with the cartoon. And that's coming up next. Now on GTV, it's time for some cartoon fun with the Beary Family. And No-Hare Bear, if you're watching this in heaven right now, this is for you, buddy.